Hello. Hello, how's my sound?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, everyone. Who's that? There we go. That's me. Welcome to the stream. I'm covered in dog fur. As always, we're hanging out here. Doge is here. Want to see Doge? How's my sound? I can't really hear because I'm in real life here. Here's Doge. She's here. She's hanging out. She doesn't really like to be carried around like this that much, but there she is. She's happy. She hasn't touched her breakfast yet today, but it's no big deal. All right, let's see if I can get some of the fur off. Hello. Let me check my sound works. How are we on the sound? Hello. Hello, hello. All right. I think we're good on the sound. I hope my audio is not clipping. Not clipping excessively, at least. Thanks for tuning in. If you're a return viewer, listener, then thanks for dropping by. So happy to have you. Today, I'm gonna be working on some stuff. So who am I? My name is Brendan. These days I'm working on a startup. It's called Umpire. It's a messaging platform. You should check it out. Sign up. Send me a message. Say hi. Yeah, so we're gonna jump into the code. Let's do code stuff. So if you ever followed my coding related stream in the past, then you probably knew that I was what's this? Why is this doing that bouncing thing? All right, there we go. I did like this Rust series thing about cracking the coding interview problems, and then I kind of lost interest in that, so I stopped doing it. And then I quit my job about 7 months ago and started a company because I thought that there was an opportunity and I felt that it was something interesting to work on. So that's that. So yeah, I basically spent about 6 months building our product. We launched it about a month ago, and that's what we're doing. We're doing that. I need to plug my watch in to charge. Let's do that. Let me plug it in. All right, so let's see what I'm working on today. If I can remember how to use OBS. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, that'll do. All right. And then make sure the chat is visible. Is the chat visible? Oh, it was. All right, whatever. Let's open VS Code. So yesterday, I started working on a feature for our product, and on this stream, stuff I'm going to be working on is all just related to my startup here. Let me make sure that, there we go, sharing my whole screen. So what we're looking at here is the code to our front end. Whoops. It's called Letterbox, and that's what it looks like if you hit the landing page /sign up form when you open it. So what I'm doing, or what I started doing, was adding some, I want to have some statistics, some charts and stuff for people to have a look at when they come to the website, and they can see that it's a real thing and it exists and stuff is happening. And I think one decent way to convey that information is with some data. So that's what I'm doing. Let me grab a book. I just want to like lift this up a little bit, this camera here, so it's kind of closer to eye level. I used to have a stack of books. Where'd they go? They were on my desk for this purpose. Here they are. Found them. Let's put those here. Let's put those guys right there. How is that? How are we doing? It's a little lopsided, but that's okay. Yeah, something like that. Are we good? All right. Close that. Gonna open this up over here. This is so this is just Webpack development server. I'm not gonna explain all the background, but if anyone is watching and they have questions specifically about like what I'm doing and it's not making sense, then put your questions into the chat. I'll try to answer them. And yeah, so let's do it. Let's dive into it. One moment. Trying to make sure that my sound is actually working. Asking a friend here to check my sound. Please make sure the sound is okay. I've found in the past that it's really hard to get the sound right when you're like streaming, and you know, you can monitor yourself with headphones, but it's really annoying. Plus there's a delay on the stream, so you like hear yourself talking from 30 seconds ago or whatever it is, and it's really weird. So anyway, let's see. All right, so this is our landing page. This is set up in our staging environment. So actually I don't need to, for what I'm doing today, I'm not even gonna make a fake account. I'm just gonna go here. So the thing I'm building, I need to update my code first. All right, the thing I'm building is this stats page, and when it loads, you'll see it. It should look good if I did everything right. How are we doing? It's loading. It's loading. I have a runny nose. Perpetually runny nose. Oh dear, I forgot to run yarn install. So I added some new dependencies. I was doing this on my MacBook, and now I'm using my iMac, which is what I do most of my work on. But sometimes I like to sit on the couch, lounge a little bit, hang out with Doge. Doge is over on the couch right now. You see her? There's the couch hangout area, and yeah. So anyway, I switched between my computers quite a bit. Okay, yarn start. If I did that right, we should see some charts. That's what we're trying to get to. So I'm using this library called VX that was actually written by a guy I used to work with at Airbnb, Harry, and yeah, this is his library. It's basically a like a reactification. It's a library that wraps the D3.js library, which is a just a library for, like, among other things, like making plots like these ones right here that you can see. So this is loaded now. anyway, he wrote this library. I think he still works at Airbnb, and it's a pretty nice library. So that's what I'm using if you want to check it out. And this is what we have so far. So so this is our staging environment. This is not, it's real data, but it's not the production site. And I want to try to make it look a little better. I don't know if I like having the actual axes labels like that. Let's see what we can do to make it look better. Whenever VS Code does this thing where like it's got like some sort of caching or something for dependencies, so if you do an install out of VS Code and then go back in, then it messes up the syntax highlighting stuff. So anyway, let's see, axis bottom. So what I'd really like is to maybe just, this doesn't work. I tried this before. I want to just specify a fixed number of ticks for that y-axis, x-axis, but that doesn't work. So what do we do? How do we make it look better? Or should I just leave the dates in here like that? And what about the y-axis? I don't know. Should I leave that? Maybe I'll just leave it for now. So I really only have some very basic stats in here right now, which is basically like the amount of sent messages per day. So it's just like the sum of whatever by day, group by day, and then the amount read per day. So wonder what else would be interesting to include in there. That's our actual dashboard over there. I want to see it. Is there anything happening in the chat? Nope. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. How do you get rid of this thing? You can't. I wonder what would be interesting. So I think like showing the amount that's being sent and the amount that's being read is interesting because it signals that stuff is happening. Something is happening, right? I think that's good. But how can we make this a little more interesting? Like, what else would be interesting? Let's see. We also, you know, there aren't that many things that you can even. I mean, I guess that what we could do, yeah, is could do number of people signed up per day. That the problem with doing that, however, is that it's a little bit of a tricky SQL query, because what you have to do is you basically have to run a query for each day, like count the number of people that were signed up on this date, and then count the number of people that were signed up on this date, and so on for each day. And in this case, I'm only showing the last 30 days of data. But yeah, let's see. I'm not even totally sure how to do this off the top of my head. Like there isn't a SQL query that necessarily does what I want. Doing it for one particular date is easy. It's easy to calculate like how many people were signed up on this day. But trying to do it like with like a partition or whatever is a little trickier. And the way that we've like kind of solved this problem in the past, what I've done generally is that what you do is you essentially take a snapshot of your whole database or the database tables every single day or every single hour of every single day or whatever. And then doing a query like this is super simple because you just do a select count group by date, group by the date partition. But in our case, we can't do that. So let me see. I mean, we could, I suppose I could just build that, like emulate that behavior in the back end. Basically build like a tiny ETL pipeline, but I'd rather not do that right now. It's a little bit messy. But I have an idea. So one thing we do have in our database is in the back end. Let me go to service here. So one thing we do keep data on is so that's the client schema, emails, account actions. Yeah, so one thing we have is this account actions, and account actions are generated anytime there's like like you create an account, delete, update, whatever. It's just like CRUD actions, and those are in there so that actually I haven't added this to the UI yet, but eventually I'm going to add it. But basically, like it provides like a security feature for end users, so that you can see, for example, if someone has signed in as you somewhere. And so we retain a little bit of information from the request, mainly like the IP address and then like the geolocation parameters for that IP address, so that for example, if I sign in and I go to my account page, I can see like, oh, did someone from, I don't know, Bulgaria or something sign in into my account? Did that happen? I need to turn off notifications. Turn off. How do you turn off the damn notifications forever? Always. Can you just never disturb me? Like perpetual do not disturb. How do you do that? How do you clear the notifications? All right, I don't know. Computers are hard still. Let's see. All right, one moment while I check OBS. Is it still working? Seems like it just froze. Did I just break OBS? What's going on? Oh, hello. Hello, we have a viewer. Is OBS broken? Oh, there it is. All right, weird. let me try to make sure that I have notifications off. How do I do that? Why is computer so hard? Settings. Do not disturb. Yeah, do that. Do that always. I don't know how other people feel about this, but like, I basically don't like getting notifications of the, I don't know what you call it, traditional variety, basically ever. I just find them irritating. There we go. I figured it out. Sweet. Let's get back into it. How do I? No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's what I want. All right. Let's hide OBS. So that's what we have. Let me just do a little bit of exploring of the data here and see what I can come up with. So let me get the staging credentials. I'm fine with showing this because this is not a real anything, so there's nothing sensitive. All right, let me connect to our staging database. Like that. I'm using this PG CLI tool, which is pretty nice. Getting a lot of notifications on my phone. So let's just look at the account actions. Just look at the last 10. So examples, these are all just me. So like, yeah, create an account. That's pretty much it. Very simple. So I can, for example, do select from client account actions, or a second. What I want to do, yeah, yada yada. I want to sum these where action is equal to created. All right, so that's the number of accounts that have been created over all time. And then I also want to group these by, so I'm going to select sum, and then I'm going to do date, date created at as date stamp, and then group by date stamp, or by date stamp, like that. There we go. Let's just do a limit 10 so it fits. So if I do it like that, I can see how many people signed up on a per day basis. Yeah, so this might work. This might give me what I want. And then I wonder if I should just plot the number of signups, like the absolute number of signups. That's the number of new accounts. Or if it's more interesting to plot the total number, like the absolute number. So let's see, there's some other things that might be interesting, like, so like count the number of accounts that have referrals. So like that's one thing, but be good to do that as a time series, yeah? But it's not. Again, that's like an instantaneous measurement. It's like a gauge. So, because we're so tiny at this point, could probably just run the queries to like fill out the data. I wonder if Postgres just has a feature that makes this easy. Let's do some research. Postgres. All right, that's useless query. Postgres. Calculate count by day. Sure, let's see what happens if I search. Oh, interesting. What is generate? What is this? I could do something like this. Generate series. Interesting. Okay, I haven't seen that before. Let's just try something. Select generate series 0. So like 30 days, I assume. That's what that's gonna do? Oh, I see. Okay. I see. So this is using a subquery. Yeah. So yeah, so I think so what is this doing? First of all, let me just reread the problem. So I need to create a PostgreSQL query that returns a day, the number of objects found for that day. Yeah, that's right. So then this is doing select blah blah blah. Okay. So this generates a series from like 0 to 365, and then okay, yeah, this gives you dates. Got that. Easy. Let me just run this to see. I change this to 30. Yeah, that gives you last 30 days. Got it. And then, oh, I see. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. So yeah, something like this will work. Yeah, let's try this. I'm just gonna copy and paste this query. So I can do 30 here, and then phone booping. Current date, yada yada, 30. All right, d date equals 2 character date trunk. I think this can just be to date, like that, group by date. Where did I mess up? One too many parentheses, nope. No function matches. Oh, it's not toDate, it's just date. Like this. No. Oh yeah, I changed this to C. Boom, there we go. Okay, that's not right though. Group by d.date, order by d.date. That isn't right. So that actually just tells me, oh yeah, okay, on date equals, it should actually just be, so this is actually the same result that I got with that other query, but that's not what I'm trying to figure out. What I'm trying to figure out is, so I want it, so basically this generates the list of dates, and then what I want to do is I want to count. Yeah, this isn't it. This is not quite right. So I think I can do it, just not this way. So what I want to do is I want to say, okay, I want to start with this query here. So basically select blah blah blah, and then after I do that select, so I don't understand, why did they do this? Like, this doesn't need to be a string. So what they can do here is say, select date, or actually they can just do select current date minus what is it, interval. Just a moment. I have another query that does this. I'm just gonna look at that. So I can never remember like the this is out of date. I can't ever remember SQL. Minus interval and then the number day. Yeah, minus interval offs day. This doesn't need to be like that, right? Why doesn't that work? Select. Should I just put parentheses around this? Maybe there was a reason they did it this way. So current date, well, why don't I just do current date minus offset? What does that do? Oh, that works. All right, why am I not just doing that? That looks totally fine. All right, So that gives us the dates. And then what I want to do is do another select. So let's just do select. Or actually, I want this to be my subquery. So as DS, let's say, or DQ, date query, and then another join. So, and then select, let's do count one, DQ. We should do a left outer join. From, and then yada yada. Left outer join clients C on C dot created at is, so the date of the creation date is less than or equal to that date. Group by date ordered by du.date must appear in the group by clause. Yeah. Okay, let's just try something. Group by C, can we do this? Group by date. C dot created, whoops, created at, no. Oh, yeah, this isn't a date. DQ dot date, date. There we go. That's what I wanted. Order by DQ.date. There we go. Bingo. So this is a count. So this is good. This is clean. It's not really performant, as they say, but for right now, I don't think it matters. I'm gonna tweak this a little bit. In just a moment here. So, what's the date today? Today's the 4th. So for one, I don't want to include the current day in this because then you get like partial data or whatever. Kind of sucks. So make it start from like 1 day ago. There we go. That's better. So I'm gonna have to add this query into a different service, one over here, and I'm going to copy protobuf definitions for the API calls that do this. We still working? Everything's still working? Gonna copy the API calls from a different service here. Basically just copy and paste because it's the same definitions. I wish there was an easier or better way to reuse protos like this. There is sort of, you can include these like packages and stuff in protobuf, but dealing with that and like version control and yada yada, it's something I'm gonna have to figure out later. That's where we're at. So let's put this in there. In this case, we're just gonna have count by date. Call it clients by date. All right. We have to put in the definitions here. Copy and paste this one. Get referrals, get stats, get stats. Get stats. Cross response. All right. Now I just need to implement that. Handle get stats. Copy this guy. Get stats. Get client stats. Get stats. Request. Get stats response. Delete this, and then we'll return an empty response like this so that it compiles clients by date, empty vector. That's it. Okay. And that should be compiling now. Yep. Whoops. Kernel format. Looks good. That's that. So for the implementation, I'm going to copy a lot of this. So most of this is the same. It's just different. It's the same, but it's different. So let me implement this guy. Stats query result. Basically just going to copy the same struct. These files are starting to get really big. Might make sense to start splitting them up. Stats query result. This one is going to be a count. Okay. So my query here is different. Where did it go? There it is. I'm going to do this. So I'm doing select count as count, and then dq.date as date. As ds. Blah blah blah, and then left arrow join clients on yada yada on date. That's good. So let me reformat that. SQL beautifier. There isn't really, this one's okay, but there really isn't like a good SQL beautifier tool that I've found that meets my preferences, I guess. Oh well. Maybe I should write one. Okay, so that's it. So this should be, I need to create these models as well. And I'm going to copy them, but modify them from this guy. I like to try and reuse code whenever possible. Oh, this is the wrong service. This doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. So count by date. And it should be count like that, and that should be that. Change the name of that to clients by date, and that's what we're counting, and then return that guy. That should be it. Yeah. There's an error in here because we don't have that scope. But we are good now. Cargo check. All right. Add get stats. PC. So we have added that. Request is unused. Fix unused bar warning. Now we're good. All right, so now I just need to actually hook that up to the API front end so that you can actually get the data out through the API. And then we can add a chart for that data. Okay, get stats. So here, we're gonna have to update the model. Let's add a new thing. So this one's gonna be count by date. Count pub clients by date. Back by date. That's what I added, right? All right, need to update the dependencies, pull in that new proto message. There we go. And then I need to add the actual API call. Stats. There it is. It's not sufficient. This isn't going to quite work. That's fine. I'm going to just break this out like this. And this guy. Models, stats. And then change this, delete this, delete that. And add one more. Clients by date. And then add another API call. This response equal that Rodex client dot get stats. Get stats request. There's no arguments, so that's easy. Okay, and then this one's going to be response dot clients by date into iter dot map models count by date from dot collect, and then I just have to implement that here. Count by date. Count by date. Count. All right, and then let me put the boilerplate in here for this. Get stats request. Get stats response. Get stats. There's a lot of boilerplate. You may have noticed. Can be a little annoying. Like part of that is just the fact that there's the whole like Rust ecosystem for this stuff is a little bit immature at this point, so not all of the libraries are quite as beautifully written as I'd like them to be at this point. It's just the way it goes, the way she goes. All right, but the nice thing is that code compiles. It's probably gonna work. All right, git commit. Let's add that. Let it deploy. So added those stats. Now we can go and switch to the front end again. Annoyingly, Rust Analyzer has some kind of bug where it just like gets stuck spinning the CPU forever and always. So I have to keep going in and killing it. I'm very yawny this morning. Count by date. Count. Clients by date. Count by date. That should be it. And then our stats page, we should be able to just add that in. date. That one doesn't need to have that, actually. Can just use the spread operator there. Okay, sweet. So in the code here, I have to like fill the other stats can basically return empty date intervals. So I have to like fill that data. Let's just add this stuff here. Total of verified clients. Clients by date. Of course, these are slightly incompatible types. How could I make this more general? I think I could just do what can I do there? I don't want to just create an entire new bar chart thing. What if I just made this a little more general and I changed this to just map this to a different type. Let's just do interface. Data point. Year, number, month. Let's call it a time data, datum, number, year, month, day, number, value, number. All right, that's a little more general, and then I can just kind of mash those in there like this. Basically just do value. Oh, no, hold on. We'll say to function map them d spread and then specify value d dot amount. Sense like that. D dot count. That should do it. This is the Rust syntax. Sometimes do that where like flip between the languages and then just kind of mix up the syntax. And that should do it. Yeah, except this one's not happy. Value number can't blah 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 is not assignable to, oh, I didn't save this. Save. And now we should be good, right? Not quite. Not assignable to time datum. I think I just didn't specify the right type here. There we go. Array of time datums. Now we're talking. It's blowing up because our API is not returning that yet. The new value that we just added. So let's just check on the deployment. It should happen pretty soon. If it's not already. It's probably still compiling. Yeah, it's still compiling. But it just finished, so it should go out soon, real soon. Wait, no, it is compiled yet. Yeah, it finished compiling. Now it's just zipping up the cache. Excuse me. Hi, pup. Little pupper. So once that goes out, we're going to see a beautiful chart. The counts of the accounts. So I think what I'm going to do is take the axis off the bottom here because it's done. And then on the stats page here, I'm just going to put a note at the bottom of the page. It basically says all data is for the last 30 days, all days for the last 30 days prior to today. Right? There it is. It's going out. If I just refresh, I should eventually get it. And then there we go. All right, that didn't work. Something went wrong. Let's see what my response looks like. Client's by date. Oh, it's empty. Where did I go wrong? I have a feeling I forgot to actually return the data. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Maybe not. Okay, results. This query must be blowing up. Select count one as count. Let's do this. Count. Yeah, so if this is empty, that means there's an error. Let's go see what it says in the logs. Okay, so that guy's running. God! Alright, yeah, I fucked it up. This should be, I have a copy paste error right there. It was cut off. So fix that. Fix copy paste error. I'm using this library called Diesel, which is it provides like strongly typed bindings to Postgres or whatever. However, what I'm doing here is essentially bypassing those bindings, which you need to do for any query that's like moderately complex, because the DSL itself only supports very basic SQL queries and filtering, like, you know, select from here where this equals that. That's pretty much what it's limited to. So for something like this, you gotta go outside the Overton window in that case. All right, so that's a bummer, but not a big deal. And if we go back here, so I'll have to wait a few minutes for that to actually get compiled. Oh, so yawny today. Pilot. I think it's finished compiling already. Is it? Maybe not. No, it's extracting cache. Okay, so it'll be a couple more minutes, but usually it takes about 5 minutes to build. 5 minutes, plus or minus some minutes. Yeah, queries like this don't scale. Right now this is fine because, like, you know, I've got like a little over 100 people signed up, so it's not a big deal. But you know, if you had like 1 million people, it would work. So while that's happening, I also need to make sure that the responses are actually cached, because we don't want every request to actually, oops, it's not the right. Get stats, there it is, okay. Should be cached. So this will be, okay, cached. And then this will be 24 by 3600, so cached for 24 hours. like that. Takes one parameter but two are supplied. What did I do? How does my cached thing work? So cached from value age. That should be it. Yeah? Cached JSON, whatever. Okay, cached from. That looks right. Cached from, and then my JSON shite. Okay, this is in the wrong place. Parentheses were wrong. Now they are right. Bingo. Okay. I'm not going to deploy that cache thing yet because I want to make sure it actually works before trying the caching. Caching can be a real pain. Can often obscure bugs. If your caching layer is caching data that's that's wrong or invalid or out of date or whatever, then like now that data is stuck in your cache and there's a problem. So let's not have that. All right, there we go. It's deploying. Takes about 2.5 minutes for the whole deployment to finish. But I bet if we start refreshing, we'll see data very soon. Let me fix the wording on this. All data is for the prior, I'll just say prior 30 days. Not seeing it yet. Still returning. Oh no, it is there. Okay. So yeah, we have data, but what's going on with my chart here? Data, stats, climb by date, map, value. Oh, yeah, I know why. So this should be, so this should actually just be d.value, like that. And then I need to put that other math over here. So value, this should just be, I thought absolute value of that over 100. Same there. And then, boom, there it is. All right. Looks pretty good. The margin here is not really sufficient to fit the axes in. Need to add another parameter here. fix these guys. This guy. This guy. Let's add this margin prefix. Or what is it? Axis, what do they call it? Axis prefix. A string. And then put that in here. Axis prefix. There we go. It's not defined. It's defined. It's right there. Line 106. Oh, forgot to add it here. Boom. There we go. All right. That looks better. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I wonder, could add like grid lines maybe? I don't think so though. I think the no grid lines is a pretty good look. So let's add a link to it. So let me create an account here. Oh dear. Try a different combination. I have a tendency to reuse the same fake account details and get stuck because there's already an account. All right, so I'm gonna add a link here. Menu. So, about link. Stats link. Okay, and then copy the about link. Say about umpire. Stats. Like that, and then we should have a link. Stats. Boom. There it is. All right, cool. What else? So, the way also that I did the caching. So let me check something. The way I did the caching is maybe not ideal because I'm essentially relying on the downstream CDN to cache the data. But I don't care right now. Cache stats result. I don't think it's gonna matter at this point. I'm not gonna deal with it right now. All right, so let's start by rolling these guys out. I cancel this. Only need the latest. Okay, roll the latest of that guy out to prod. Rerun this. latest. That guy out. This one, I'm not going to deploy that one. I'm going to deploy the version with the caching. So once that is all ready and done, I'm going to deploy it all and try it out. Got a lot of emails. All right, I'm going to take a 2-minute bathroom break, maybe 5 minutes. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Back. We're live. So, looks like those deployments are finished. Yeah. I'm waiting on this one. It's gotta go staging first, then I'll make sure it actually works. And after that goes out, I should be able to deploy this. All right. So what's the build doing? Should be done pretty soon. I think it's done. Yeah. I think I need to. The Google Cloud Platform UX is not amazing. The search thing is like fairly useless. I guess they just have it in there because Google's like, oh, we're Google, we do search. Even though it's not really very useful. It sort of works, but it doesn't work as well as it should work. It would be better if they just made the whole UI more useful. Still waiting. Should start any moment now. There we go. It's finished. I'll delete these. Clear out the caches. There we go. Now it's deploying. So I'll wait for this to finish. Make sure it's still working in staging. And if that looks okay, then I will YOLO deploy back to prod. And then roll this out. It'll take a couple of minutes. So I'm just going to keep refreshing this. Once the caching kind of kicks in, it should speed up. It'll be a little quicker to refresh. Might not really notice it though. Yeah, I can't really tell. Let's look at this. Stats. Doesn't seem to be cached. It should say cached. Literally, if it's being cached. Let's look at the headers. Yeah, no, the cache headers are in there, so don't know why it's not being cached, but I don't think it actually matters right now. All right, whatever. Should be finished soon. As soon as that's done. We'll deploy. everything else appears to be working. It's really fast to load. It must be caching. It says 8 milliseconds, so it's like instantaneous. There we go. All right, let's play that. YOLO. All right, add client count stats. All right. I'm not gonna actually play the front end quite yet. I just killed that. It's gonna take another 2 minutes. Let's see if I can hit it. Boom, there we go. All right. Go ahead and play that. So that's running a Webpack build. Takes a little while. Keep an eye on this deploy. That should be it. Now we're gonna have stats. Real live stats. Real numbers, real data. So the next thing I want to do after this, I want to add is like a leaderboard, basically. The idea being, I can show like the top 5 people for whatever thing, like most sent, most read, most referred, all that. I think that would be interesting to some. All right. Boom. There it is. Okay. That's it. That's the real live data. Cool. Looks cool. And so this should be visible anywhere. Now, there's one thing I need to fix now that I see, which is the height. The height of that dealie. I need to make it not look stupid. Container. Let's just do a box, class name equals classes.rootbox. Okay, stick all this stuff in a box like that, and then just do root box. And then copy these guys. I should have fixed that before, but I didn't. It's just the way she goes sometimes. Way she goes. So the other thing I think I can do. What did I do wrong here? Root box. Yeah, just messed up the case. I can probably make this. I can let. Excuse me. Yeah, I could probably pre-crawl this page with React Snap. Excuse me. There we go. Now goes the full height. That'll look better. If I pre-crawl that with React Snap, then the data will load a little quicker, and the charts will load a little quicker. It'll look better. Or it should look better. See. We will see. Boom, there we go. Now it's going the full height. Yeah, okay. And now we got the pre-rendered JavaScript version. Sweet. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. I left out a word here. All data is for the prior 30 days. Derp. Measure twice, cut once. Fix BG gradient height, add missing word. Right? That's what I did, I think. I also did the React Snap. Alright, to play that again, there is this live. If you want to check it out yourself, you can. Just go to umpire.com/stats. Got some stats. I might add like hover tooltips on these. Or I might not. I don't know. Haven't decided. Just gonna leave it where it is for right now. And then there we go. Failed to load resource. Access to has been blocked. Huh. Wonder why that. I have a pretty good idea why that failed. Let's see. React Snap cores. Proxy. 3x snap. I don't know. But page error stats. It's alright. I'm going to not worry about that right now. So I would really like to call 1 out of 4. Let me just remove that. Don't crawl stats because it doesn't work. That's alright. I wonder if, oops. Wonder if it actually wrote out the files. Let's see. No, it did. So what is it putting here? I wonder. Let me just have a look. Because it might just be a warning. Like, I don't know why it puts that. Oh yeah, that works. Okay, weird. Yeah, okay. Let me put back. I already pushed that. But let me revert back commit. Let me just leave it in. Alright, I think we're good. Boom, stats. real life stats. Alright, I'm gonna stop streaming now. There we go, that's the one I want. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna eat some food, some breakfast, lunch, whatever. Probably work on some other things. I've got a lot to do, but check it out. Check out Umpire, sign up, send me a message, say hello, invite your friends. We have a referral thing, referral bonus. If you use your ref link and someone joins through that, then we give you $20. Well, it's a $20 credit, so you can use that to message someone. And if you're smart, you get your friends. You can just like send each other the money back and forth if you want. You know, do what feels right. Do what feels good. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now. Be back another time.